Existential Alienation by Mahir Abuaskar. Existential alienation is not a passing psychological state nor a temporary crisis, but a revealing experience that strips the human being of everything he thought he knew about himself. It is the moment when a person stands before his own self without masks, without an audience, without a social role, discovering that everything around him, values, habits, expectations, is nothing but a fragile construction shaped by others, while the naked truth resides within. In this alienation, the human being is not lost but awakened. True loss is to live according to what others want, not according to what your heart wants. Alienation is the first act of rebellion, the declaration of spiritual independence, the moment of saying, I will not be a copy. I will be myself. The world always tries to tame the human being, to turn the wolf within him into a domesticated dog. But existential alienation restores to the human his noble wildness, the ability to stand alone, to choose, and to bear the responsibility of that choice. The more knowledge a person gains, the more isolated he becomes. A free mind is like a wide tree. Its shade is cool, but few sit beneath it. This isolation is not a punishment, but a laboratory of consciousness, where the self is purified from the noise of the herd and reshaped anew. The Quran presents clear images of this existential paradox. A corrupt society rejecting the righteous, a declaration of intellectual independence, a promise that alienation is not the end of the road. In the depth of solitude, the human being begins to see the world as it is, not as others want him to see it. Only there does he understand that alienation is not a rejection of the world, but a search for a truer one. Existential alienation is the beginning of the path, not its end. It is the awakening that precedes choice, the feeling of estrangement that precedes building the true homeland, not the geographic homeland, but the moral homeland shaped by free souls. Home is not a place we live in. It is the place that lives within us. This is how Palestinians in the diaspora carried a map of pain in their chests, raising their children on the memory of their stone houses, believing that land is reclaimed through sacrifice, not through time. Their existential alienation is the experience of being out of place, where space becomes exile and time becomes waiting. Many lived a kind of death within life. As Mahmoud Darwish said, on this land, there is what deserves life. And as Ghassan Kanafani wrote, they die, but they do not kill. Because when an idea becomes collective faith, it becomes an unstoppable destiny. Resistance for Palestine is not merely a political stance, but an existential necessity, a reclaiming of the human being's stolen humanity. It is the journey from exile to home, from fragmentation to wholeness, from the pain of memory to the seed of hope. And although the journey is long, its end